Holy shit, 2 streams in one night within an hour of each other. Shocking, truly. Okay. So as I'm just buying a couple seconds because I didn't set up everything because I had to go pick at this fucking popcorn kernel out of my teeth.
Feel that.
Yeah. Alright, anyways. So, last time we left off, the party had a fun time. They met a horde of sheep that may or may not have been illusionary. They met a level 5 dragonborn psychopath. Bard just got turned into a paladin. And Stinknesh got laid twice.
Yeah?
We come back,
They took my tip.
and that's why you never tip a call girl, guys. So last time we left off, as far as that goes, the party had managed to steal a brain jar from Snicknesh's forlorn lover. And managed to get to the dock without her noticing, at least. Snicknesh, who was finally released after about 9 hours. Oh, there we go. Finally got the kernel out of my teeth. The group would book passage on the same ship as Czar and begin their travel, not getting really a chance to get explained where they were going, just that they were heading out west. Czar, of course, still having his wagon, which is now, for the most part, empty, and it seems overall in a generally good mood as you guys are passing through what would be the equivalent of the Mediterranean. And the captain informs you it's going to be about 2 months probably worth of travel to where you're going.
That's a lot of travel.
It is a lot of traveling.
I don't know how well Weakness is going to do on a boat for 2 months.
Well,
I'm gonna be
like
honest.
we discussed, I will be retraining to be a pure paladin now instead
Yep.
of.
So over the month, it takes you about a month to fully grasp everything and coordinate enough. Your god seems to be completely fine with the fact that you're heading off in a different direction. And yeah, all you manage to reset yourself up as a proper paladin to a god who may or may not be dead the next month or two.
Yep.
As you lot are kind of relaxing and spending your time, Caspian, is there anything you'd like to do while you're relaxing?
Yeah, actually. I
Invent a nuke?
nope.
Okay.
I wanna tie a rope to myself
Uh-huh.
and tie the other end to a boat, just like 100 feet of rope.
Okay.
I don't assume the ship is moving too terribly fast. If it's gonna take us 2 months of travel. Uh, but I don't want to get left behind anyway. But I'm gonna go for a swim. So I'm gonna tie the end to the rail of the boat and dive down into the water, and I want to turn into a four-headed shark.
Fucking hate you.
I knew it was coming.
And that's where we end today's session. Thank you all for watching for 4 minutes. Woo!
I was not expecting.
Good
This
sesh,
was your
boys.
true
Good
session.
sesh.
Okay. Okay. So as you jump into the water,
Yeah.
it's rather clear, and as you turn into a four-headed shark, for the most part, you're feeling pretty confident in your position. You just kind of swim around, enjoying the view. A couple sunken ships here and there. Nothing catches your eyes as far as glitter or anything like that. Just give me a few minutes while I am elaborating. Is there anything you're looking for in particular, or are you just swimming around, just patrolling around the
No,
ship?
I'm just swimming around, kind of getting used to this new form.
Okay.
If I see any like tiny fish that
Mhm.
don't look to be piranha-like predators because I don't know what the fuck is in these waters.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I guess I'll fight one. If I see anything fucking dangerous looking at all, I'm yanking myself back up onto the ship.
What
I got
is
Snickmesh at the ready to pull me up.
what does Caspian think is dangerous?
Anything larger than me, or anything that's like brightly colored, or anything that's even approaching me at a relatively aggressive speed.
Oh, you take all my fun out of it. Okay.
Nervous little bugger.
Hmm. It's like you expect something to happen.
The DM tries to find a way around those
I'm just looking.
guidelines.
Uh, that works. Okay. Um.
Summons a Tarask.
No,
Don't give him
no.
ideas.
So as you're kind of floating around, enjoying yourself, kind of watching the water, see if there's anything. You see a couple octopi coming by. Um, a couple of quippers, though they don't seem very much interested in you as you're kind of a little bit too big for them, to feel they have a chance. Um, and as you're kind of enjoying the swim, you do see a couple skeletons here and there. Some that have been picked pretty clean that you'd assume probably from the quippers over time as you see some of them float away, and some other just coral-like fish. As these waters aren't massively deep, they're about 60 feet down from what you can see from this distance. That it seems to be where the sunlight dies off. Um, Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
And this is how Caspian died.
Fuck off. It is not. It may be. That's a 6.
All right. So Caspian, you're enjoying the swim. It's rather peaceful down here for once. You don't feel like you're gonna be eaten the moment you turn around. Few skeletons kind
Great.
of give you the heebie-jeebies here and there, but let's be honest, you're experienced enough traveling that when you see dead things that are just about your size, that's never a good sign.
So this
Um,
water is pretty shallow, right?
yeah,
If
about
I can see
60
all the
feet.
way to the bottom.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, you see some cracks here and there, nothing major though.
Gotcha.
You do feel some warm water on occasion as well as there are plenty of underwater volcanoes and such. That more like very low ranking steam geysers. The ship
And
rocks
probably because Snicknose is pissing in the ocean.
How fucking dare you piss on top of me?
kinky. So as I was saying, as Snicknesh continues to do that, Snicknesh, you take or give me a dexterity saving throw, Snicknesh.
That's a 9.
All right. You watch as a couple of quippers, which are like small piranha, come jumping out the water to try and bite your dick, and you manage to move out of the way just in time to pull it back.
What the fuck?
Um. So, as you continue your swim, I mean, it's peaceful. There's nothing really going on. There's nothing that really catches your eye. I mean, these waters are full with very old wooden boats from a war long ago. You find a couple of very rusty looking plate mail and scale mail that looks like if you removed it from the water, it'd probably disintegrate. Couple of corpses here and there. Some of them still have their hair on them or scales, depending on the species. Um, yeah, nothing seems to catch your eye as the boat continues at a leisurely pace that you're very easily able to keep up with.
So as we're going further in this direction, I'm seeing bodies that look less eaten.
No, most of the skeletons and most of the at least the humanoid-looking ones all look like they've been down here for a long time.
Right, but you said these still have hair and scales.
Some of them do, yes. And you chalk that up to some Dragonborn had enough magic in them probably to enchant their scales to be to not break down, basically making them into minor magic items. And most dwarven beards are known to be have a lot of enchanted like gold in them and stuff like that to make it so they're impossible to decay.
Fun.
hmm But you don't see any big enough predators in the water to really concern you that something ate them. These bodies look like they've been here for hundreds of years, probably, from the way how rusted the chain is. Thank you, by the way, for the follow. Uh, yeah. Is there anything in particular you're looking for besides that, Caspian? Anything specific?
Nah, I just wanted to go for a swim.
Okay.
When I'm kind of satisfied, I'll just yank on the rope a couple times, which means pull me up.
Okay. And I assume you'll transform back into a different form?
Yep.
Okay.
Mongoose.
Oh, just a dragonborn. The
Mon-
same guy that I've been looking like.
Oh,
For the
okay, that
past
same
couple days.
guard that literally
Yeah.
almost got impaled by Snicknish's personal pole.
Yep.
All right, Snicknish. During this time, is there anything specific that you want to do? I mean, you've got about a month of time to kill, and just some in general.
I don't know what Snickfish would do. He's Snickfish. I think he would not enjoy it on this boat.
Well, Snicknish, give me a perception check.
Yeah, sure.
That's always what you want to hear.
That's a 16.
Oh,
So
that's good.
as you're kind of heading off, in the on a boat, you're just kind of getting kind of antsy, looking around constantly, watching the shore, seeing if there's anything that catches your eye. You see off towards the distance of where you were coming from a rather large dragonborn army. I mean, pretty numerous. And then, as you're kind of thinking maybe it'd be a good idea to go fight these things, or maybe go bother these things, you see the Yuan-Ti woman from earlier.
No.
Who seems to kind of wave in your general direction. Um,
I
you
thought
also,
this would happen.
you also see off in the distance what looks to be a small group of people. You can't really make it out because they're kind of standing off on a mountain, and coming out of what looks to be a hole in the mountain. And you can kind of make out there looks to be about 5 of them maybe, and then you see a massive storm behind off in the distance behind those mountains where it looks like it's just pouring down rain, and it's coming straight towards you guys.
It's pouring rain and it's coming towards us like a storm.
Yeah, like a really hefty storm.
I'm gonna poke. Uh, I'm gonna poke. I guess Bardress,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna point at the storm.
Well, I can't really do anything about that.
I'm gonna poke Caspian, and I'm gonna point at the storm.
You watch as the Yuan-Ti woman seems to wave back at Bardress.
I'm gonna act like I didn't see anything. I'm gonna go about my day. God damn it. Look at me.
Caspian seems to not be interested in it at all either, as he's distracted with something.
I'm gonna walk up.
Do anything.
I'm gonna walk up to the captain, and I'm gonna point at the storm.
That's the right person to tell, to be honest.
The captain just kind of looks at you and goes, "Aye. Clouds, big fella. You ever seen them where you're from?"
No.
I see the woman. Caspian sees the woman and runs below deck.
Yes, Sam.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yep. As Bardress and Caspian head under the deck, Zilpip, you're kind of just watching. I assume at this point, seeing what's going on, seeing if there's a fight gonna happen. Your animal instincts can tell there are strong tension in the air. And then it just, as the clouds get closer to you, they just unleash a downpour of water, and you are immediately soaked as if the ocean just opened up on you.
Lovely.
And the captain just seems to give a wry, golden tooth smile to you.
Lovely. I'm going below deck.
Okay. As you
And
go
I'm gonna
below,
play rock, paper, scissors with everybody.
all right. As you go below deck, and one of the guards or one of the crewmates kind of drags you over to what looks to be a little miniature stove with a fire in it, and just kind of sits you down right next to it. And then brings over a bearskin and he tosses it on top of you just to be nice. Kind of patting you on the back and saying, "Food will be soon." And then he goes
I
back
would
to working in the
like
kitchen.
I would like to listen to another recording while we're not doing anything right now.
Motherfucker.
You should expect this every session. I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right. Give me a minute.
The title in my notes: recording 4. Here we go.
Let me find something interesting. Oh, actually, I've got something really
Are you just
interesting.
giving me random interesting things over the campaigns?
Uh-huh.
Is that okay? Fair enough.
All right. So as you open the jar, you get it immediately opens up with a really loud screech of a woman, followed by a
Jesus.
very masculine grunt, as if heaving into something, and then you hear the words, "Why did you shove the axe up the goose's ass?" And then you hear a very masculine voice go, "Well, I'm gonna pull it out now."
You told me about this.
And then off in the distance, you hear the screams of about roughly, you guess, 3 to maybe 7 people, and the grunting of some large creature. You can also hear kind of water running by as if it was kind of like a river of some sorts. Uh, and yeah, and then that's all
Yeah,
you get. It cuts.
I'm gonna wipe that one. That doesn't really help me in any way.
All right.
And I'm gonna mark this one because I didn't delete this one. There we go. Mark down as not deleted. There we go.
Okay. So as you close the jar and delete the recording, the jar seems to slightly glow a little more golden instead of silver, and then goes back to its normal polished color. One of the cooks come over to each of you and kind of sets down some stew. You're not sure what's in it. It smells and looks like fish. You're pretty sure it's fish. You're not sure if it's one of the quippers that just tried to eat Snicknesh's manhood.
Good enough.
Snicknesh, you find a golden eye in it. Not made of gold, but has like a golden jelly-like look to it. And overall, it's rather quiet and comforting. One of the crewmates does decide to play rock paper scissors with you, Snicknesh. And as he pulls out, or he gets his hands together, he pulls out a small book, and starts flipping pages in it. And then he waits for you to call it.
Oh, I want that. I know what that is. Give. God damn it.
Snicknesh, give me an initiative roll, please.
I love that item. I said I wanted that item.
Snicknesh, are you still there?
Yeah, sorry. I had to. My mom came
Initiative.
in. Oh,
Oh.
initiative?
Yes, give
We're
me
not fighting. You're playing rock, paper, scissors. Initiative.
Oh. 13.
13. All right, let's see. What does this get? As you watch as this man seems to read this book, a few pages in the book, it seems to show different strategies. And as you go to shoot, he throws out his hand, and as you obviously go with rock because the fist is always the strongest, he goes with scissors and looks up and looks very confused as he has lost.
I want to look at the book from over his shoulder. Actually, he's taller than me, probably. I want to look at the book.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I'm not good at perception anymore since I changed my stuff. That's pretty good. It's 15.
Alrighty, one moment. Let me find the name for this item again in my list.
I know what it is.
So you read it. You catch the title as you kind of look it over. It's a nice, well-designed green, styled book with a little gold inlay into it. And you read this as the book of Rock Paper Scissors Rulebook, Volume 32.
Oh, it's a different one. Kinda want it.
And with that, you also catch on this the page she's flipping through. It says, or you see in parentheses, it reads, refer to book number 37 of 40 for more information.
This is now my quest to collect the rock paper scissors rule books.
How to cook a dragon chicken hybrid? Good question. Yeah. So as you kind of enjoy, he continues to just mess around with Snicknash and smile and laugh with the guy as he brings him another plate of food as time goes on. Continuing to read his book and try his different theories. Bardris, you still haven't heard anything from your god, really. You know, the only thing you got was that your god was somewhat masculine sounding and was heading east, and warned you not to go that direction, as you were becoming more of a paladin.
Yeah.
And Caspian, while you're sitting below deck, is there anything you specifically want to do besides avoid all windows and being seen by that Yuan-Ti woman? No. I'll give him a minute to type as he is currently doing his job. That's a possible book title, actually. How to Cook Dragon Chicken Hybrid. Let me ask you something. How to make proper nachos.
He says yes to that. Okay.
Wolf knows how to make. Wolf can cook for only proper nachos. He wants a
I
discount
know.
dance.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I may have to go mute again in 10 or so minutes, but that should be very, very short.
No worries.
Bouncing from brain to brain, do I think any of these sailors are A, wealthy, or B, easily susceptible to bamboozles and tricks and
So you're
flim-flams?
you're turning into the Dragonborn and you're keeping the 4 shark heads.
No, I'm not.
4 brains then?
What?
You
No,
said-
he's mind reading.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
He's doing the surface thoughts thing.
okay.
Yeah.
I took a very small bit of an edible about 3 hours ago, so maybe this is its peak on me.
That's
This is
fair,
the
man.
most conscious I've ever been. Most of these men, they're regular working men. They don't see. Most of them got families they're taking care of and doing the job because it pays well. You know, long journeys pay better than not.
All right.
So you'd guess altogether between all of them, maybe they have about 6-7 gold pieces.
Damn. All right.
However, you might notice that Barges is very intrigued with the book the man is holding.
Do you want it?
Yes.
Do you want me to get it?
If you can. As the champion of pirates, I gotta collect books, and we don't have that. So,
Okay. All right. Here we go.
As the man
I,
that he's referring to is still talking to Snicknash and playing along with him.
I walk up to the group and I go, any room for one more?
The man looks to you and starts flipping through the book some more and goes, bad idea, bad idea.
I put my hand on Snicknash's shoulder and go, mind if I butt in then?
Snicknash is talking to his mother currently.
Gotcha.
I'll keep Nicknash entertained with the whisper jar. I can do that.
Yeah,
I can
sure.
entertain him with the whisper jar.
Okay.
Sounds of screaming and terror.
I'm gonna let him record himself and hear himself back to freak him out a
Okay.
little bit. Let him play with it a little bit.
Okay. Well, Snicknash becomes very... Snicknash, give me an intelligence check when you get a chance and let me know what you get.
Mess around with
God
That's
damn
a
it.
10.
10. You understand that this thing seems to not be you, and the voice is yours.
Do I see me inside of it?
No, you see your
No.
reflection on the metal, but you know that armor or metal things reflect what you look like.
Is it even what does it look like? There's like
Um.
very little, mostly glass.
All right, Caspian.
Yeah, that's me.
As as the man looks at you, goes, okay, I'll play you, sure. And he flips through the book again and goes, call it. And so roll initiative.
All right. Can I uh see through his surface thoughts
Yeah.
which one he's gonna pick?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll give you advantage based on that.
Okay, sounds good. Where's my initiative? There it is.
I'm not playing this game. I'll lose every time. I'm gonna pull 0.
18 or yeah, 18.
Yeah, as your secondary roll actually matched his. So yeah, you managed to easily predict that he is always going to throw scissors because the book is the strategy on how to throw scissors properly.
Ah, understood. I I go, well fought, well fought. But here, how about this? Let's go double or nothing. Knowing perfectly well that we bet nothing. Let's say if you win, I will give you 5 gold pieces. If I win, I get that book.
Yeah,
What say you?
money on the table.
Alright, I slap down 5 gold pieces.
He puts the book down.
Alright.
He goes, all right, and go ahead and roll initiative
Okay.
He's not using the
with
book.
advantage again.
Yep.
He's reading his mind.
20.
20.
Somehow, you realize when he put that book down, he figured it out. It's probably not a good idea since the title's showing to throw scissors again. And throws paper and manages to beat you. Taking your 5 gold pieces and smiles and says, it works.
Fair enough, fair enough. I slap 10 more gold on the table. Care to go again?
Alright, sure, yeah. He puts the book and the money back down. Oh, fuck. No.
Oh, he's losing it, isn't he?
15.
As he sets the book down, now thinking he's got you, he puts the old strategy, the first strategy of the book that states, after throwing rock, you always throw scissors. Not realizing he threw paper last time. He threw scissors and ends up getting beat. You managed to get your 5 gold back and the book.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, poor dude.
And the guy's like,
Alright.
oh, well, shit. Guess I'll have to go get another one. And he heads off.
Hey, good sport though, and I toss the 5 gold back to him.
Oh, he nods and thanks you. Oh, and just pockets it. And he goes back about his job, bringing Snicknesh his third bowl of food.
Of course, of course.
I eat it bowl and all.
Yeah, no. The man seems to. You've realized at this point he is bringing you the very cheap bowls.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
But yeah, the journey seems uneventful as the rain continues to hammer the above deck, and you can hear the captain shouting orders. This fire is kept going. This little minor stove to keep the kind of crew warm down below as they come in and out. After a little while, about a few hours, one of the things that does catch your eye is you start to hear what sounds like very loud explosions. That, unlike thunder, which would normally cause rumbles, these don't seem to be. And you can also hear off in the distance slightly a little bit of a whistle, as screaming can be heard from back there. But the ship continues on its journey.
Does it sound like cannon fire?
You know, Caspian, you've been traveling for a while. Why don't you give me a general, let's say, history check?
All right. History.
I know what's happening because of the other
I'm
campaign.
not super intelligent. This
Don't
character
worry,
is
the DC was apparently not
16.
great. Wow, shit. Okay, so as you see out or hear off in the distance, that sounds very familiar to the cannon fire from one of the more well-equipped galleons you traveled along with. And that when it got into a fight with a pirate ship, you recognize that that's identical to the sound. In fact, um, it's maybe a little bit bigger, seeing as you're so far off and you're still hearing it, but you know.
How far
Hmm.
off does it sound?
Back the way you came. And so
Okay. I just want to
that'd be
listen
about a
for a
few
few
hours.
minutes.
Okay.
I want to listen for a few minutes, see if it sounds like it's getting any closer.
Okay. After a few minutes, you realize nope. In fact, it's getting farther away as you no longer hear the whistling. You just hear the boom of the cannon.
Cool.
So, okay. Uh, Bardris, as you're playing around with your jar of whispers, is there anything you'd like to do in the meantime?
Not really, because I did my paladin thing. That's really was the goal. There's not much I can do. I can get more acquainted with my sword. That's about it.
Okay.
I haven't used it very long.
As Bardris goes into the other room, grabs out the oil, and gets acquainted with his sword. Um,
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Alright.
See, that's the issue. Now you don't know if I'm being literate or
No, just
metaphorical,
say what you want.
because
Say what
both
you
could be
want.
true.
Any tables in that room?
No.
You don't know, Caspian. You haven't spent any time in there.
Barges isn't into tables. He's into something else.
He's into
Bummer.
axes.
Gotcha.
He's
No, that's
into
Kurgan. No,
he's
that's
in
Kurgan.
he's into Ottomans.
Ottomans.
Barges is into books. I don't know what you mean.
That's one fine Ottoman right there.
As in the Turkish people, or
No, the furniture.
oh man.
But it could be taken.
Hmm?
It could be taken either way.
Just fair. Also, Abe, I have all of the books. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it. Plus ones from 3.5. Um, yeah. So as you continue on your little journey, time passes rather slowly. You pass by the what would be the Gibraltar Strait, where you're kind of dealing with the fact that on one side is where the Duergar once were, and on the other you can see Dragonborn kind of slowly boating across. And after a few minutes, you hear the captain kind of pay some money off to some one of the people on one of the little tugboats that they've got, little not tugboats, little canoes, and they stop and let you guys through. Zara kind of just enjoys watching the whole thing, kind of looking back off in the distance, and really not wanting to be involved in any of the violence that could be going on. He seems to be taking track of his inventory and kind of working with some alchemical tools. Um, as you guys get out into the open water, though, things start to get a little bit more interesting as the boat is tossed about here and there. Rather large shadows can be seen. Um, and um, nothing really catches your eye. Snicknesh, though, there are big things in the water.
Big things?
Big things with big shadows.
Big things. Can I reach in and grab one?
As you go above deck, you've got a pretty good. You kind of have to lay down on the deck and kind of reach into the water. But you think you could probably try and grab one.
Yeah, I want to do that.
You see one that's kind of closer to the surface. It's got a slight brown color. Kind of looks like a really large eel.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. Roll, say strength.
19.
Okay. As you go to grab this giant eel.
Yeah.
comes out of the water without much fight to it. It kind of, you notice it's rather large as you're kind of trying to pull it out. It doesn't seem to come out all the way. It seems to still go further and further. And the thing keeps like kissing your shoulder as you're kind of pulling it up over your shoulder to try and get it out of the water.
Wait a second, is this not the eel?
I mean, you're not familiar with deep sea eels, but you do notice the captain seems to be now looking at you very worriedly and is trying to get anybody's attention to go near you.
I'll do it. Bargis will do it.
Okay.
Uh,
Bardris, give me a strength saving throw.
oh god, that's 16.
Okay. Snicknish, give me a strength saving throw.
29?
Snicknish, you managed to, with the help of definitely Bardris at this point, who's definitely the main reason you've stayed out of the water. You managed to hold, but you feel yourself getting grabbed and pulled back
Pull back where?
into the water by the giant eel.
Oh, I'm gonna let go.
Oh, well, as you go to let go, it seems to kiss you even harder, and it's starting to make you feel uncomfortable.
That's uncomfortable. I don't like this.
Good news, it's only 1 times deadly. As you kind of start to try to shrug it off your shoulders, you feel more of the kissing on you, and now you're starting to realize it has multiple mouths or something, as it's starting to kind of pull you even harder.
You know what? I'm gonna pull it onto the boat. I'm gonna pull all of it on.
Okay, it's going to make a strength saving throw. Go ahead and make a strength roll. You might actually fucking manage to do it. I just
18.
It pulls you back. Roll a strength saving throw against its strength as it's trying to pull you into the water now. It is a tug of war.
22.
Okay. You suddenly feel yourself losing your feet as it is pulling you into the water. Bardris, as you are watching this, the giant lizard that has never failed in a strength contest is getting sucked into the water or pulled into the water by the giant eel. And while Bardris goes to deal with his mother, Caspian, you're on the boat walking around, and you can see as suddenly above you, or as you're kind of in the middle deck, enjoying yourself and kind of gambling with the guards here and there who keep bringing up more books to try and make money off of you. Failing terribly, as you've now built yourself a library at this point, and none of the books are worth anything to you. You can see out one of the small windows a very large and very thick tentacle reaching up on deck.
Oh, great.
Massive suckers. And you also see, for a moment, a flash of something kind of crystal-like and scaly.
That's a good sign. Let me see. I am going to... You know, Caspian isn't a religious man, but if he was, he'd pray. And I'm
Nice.
going to, on a hope and a prayer, I'm going to try to cast Dissonant Whispers on whatever this fucking tentacle monster thing is.
Okay. Is that a save for it?
Wisdom.
Alright, well, it's got a low score in wisdom, so 22?
Yeah, it's got a low score in wisdom, so 22. Yeah, that succeeds, motherfucker.
Alright. So it still takes half damage. Feel free to roll damage for that. As the creature
It takes 5 points of damage.
It feels offended. Well, you know that.
As I whisper in its ear.
Yeah, it feels awkward. And then you suddenly hear it whispering back into your ear, as suddenly you find a tentacle touching your face, or what is assumed is your face, which it's actually just wrapped around your hip. And you hear something whisper back to you, and now you're mine. and you start to feel it pulling you towards the window. A window you obviously will not fit through.
It's like bonking your head trying to get you to go through.
Can I hear what its surface thoughts are?
Yeah. I'm hungry. There's a giant thing that looks tasty.
I cast message. Because the only way I'm getting out of this is by fucking silver tonguing it. And not in the way that it probably wants. So,
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna cast message and I'm gonna go, hey, we can talk about this. Now, I know what you want. You're hungry, probably a little horny. I can fix both of those problems for you. You just gotta let us go.
Roll deceit.
I'm for real trying to.
Yeah, still roll deceit.
Alright, with
Deceit.
advantage because I'm in his head. Or
Uh-huh.
her head, or whatever the fuck this thing's head is. Oh,
Was that
19.
an 8? Oh, okay. I thought I saw an
Yeah.
8. I was about to say.
Well, it was an 8, but I had advantage.
So yeah, as you say this, you hear it reply, "Oh, the last mortal who came to me with a deal, well, led me to having to ink hit their friends." And you just see it pull with all its strength as you come through the window, now wearing it like around your waist, and there's a slight hole in the side of the ship, above the waterline at least, and it lets go of Snicknash completely.
Nice.
As it pulls you underwater, and now you are staring at what you'd guess to be a giant tentacled creature of death.
Of course. I know I don't know who this is, but scary as fuck, I imagine.
Yeah, no, this thing has massive teeth, almost the size of your arms. You can see multiple glowing yellow eyes, and it somehow manages to lick its lips, even though squids don't have lips, and that scares you even more.
That's hot. Okay. So, I'm underwater,
Yep,
so
wrapped in its
obviously I
tentacle.
have to turn into a four-headed shark.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of look at it, and I don't know. Did it seem like this thing could just talk to me like I could think and talk to it?
It was communicating via telepathy, from what you could guess.
Alright. I'm gonna try to talk to it that way without message, just because it'll be easier than casting over and over. I go, so, hey man, you seem pretty hungry. I don't know what you like to eat, but I'm sure whatever it is, we could find some for you. Bring it back.
Large sharks with multiple heads. That's a delicacy I've yet to have.
See, now I know where to get those. And if you ate me and my crew up here, you'd only get to eat one, whereas I could give you a lifetime of those.
The last
And
mortal.
I know you look like you probably eat a whole lot. Lifetime of those for you, you know that's going to be a lot of four-headed sharks.
The last mortal to make a deal with me cast me aside as soon as it was capable. How do I know you won't do the same?
You keep mentioning mortals making deals with you. I'm not trying to make a deal here. I'm just trying to come to an agreement. You know, you see me, I see you. This ain't a contract. This is just a conversation between pals, you know? Me and you.
Pals with a mere mortal.
Last I checked, immortals weren't hungry. So, I don't mean any insult. I'm just saying, hey, we're here together, me, you, back and forth. This is a conversation.
It looks at you and goes, wait, one moment.
Yeah, man.
Immortals
up?
don't have to eat.
Yeah.
It kind of pauses for a second. You feel its grip loosen on you.
I'm not
Huh.
gonna swim away. I'm.
I
There's
never,
no chance to get away from this thing.
I never knew that.
Yeah, man. It's pretty sick. You know what? If you go, fucking east of here, maybe less than 100 miles, there's some real shit going down. There's gonna be a lot of dead people, and honestly, dude, probably some dead gods. If you want to become immortal, now's the fucking time to do it.
I like you, human. You
I
are
like
free
you
to
too, man.
go.
What's your name?
And he turns and just leaves, letting you go as the waves
Alright.
splash you far.
If you're ever to the west, look me up, man. I always got a place to stay. And I swim up to the top.
Alright, as you do, the captain's kind of crying and yelling at his crew about the hole in his ship right now. Not really even mad at you. He's just bothered by the fact that there's a hole. As well as the railing where Snicknesh was kind of braced against, is now gone. So the crew's frantically working at what their job. And the captain just looks at you through the hole and goes, "The fuck did you do?
Saved your ass, motherfucker.
That was a
Our ride's for free
kraken.
now.
We didn't charge you in the first place."
Oh shit, they didn't charge us? I look over to Zar.
Zar just shakes his head no.
Oh, damn. Alright, well, whatever. We want the good food then.
Oh god, okay. He just kind of looks at you and nods and goes, uh-huh.
Barters, I got something for you, my man. And I head down below deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow. Yeah.
As you two head below deck, Snicknesh looks, I imagine, sad that his giant eel got away.
Yes, very sad.
I whistle. Snicknesh, you too. Come on, boy.
God damn it.
And I'm a hand over my entire library of books as I one by one take them out of my. It looks like a fucking guitar case. But it's a bag of holding.
God damn it. Yep.
Love
Just
that.
book after book after book for him.
Yeah, as you look over these, Burgess, most of these you've read, but a couple of them you catch. They're nothing you'd bring back home, but, you know, this will keep you busy for the time. Oh,
This is
God.
good. I can get more in-depth notes about this one and some things. Yeah.
Alright.
You know, I think the Champions of Pirates might help you out once, because this one book, the rule book 32, I don't think we had this one. This one, at least not that I read.
Oh damn, dude. Well, I take gold. Also, gold is good. But if you can't do either of those, I guess I'll settle for gold as a payment.
Well, I'm sure we can discuss that with the Champions when we actually meet back with them later.
All right.
I would like to read one of the books.
Greed? Okay.
I would like to give him the simplest book I can find.
So as you kind of look through the books, looking at Snicknesh, kind of looking back at the books, you find one that looks to be a children's book, something that some kid wrote for his poor father, and it's like a kid's drawing with the explanation of the very basic form of the ABCs in Dwarvish.
That'll work.
All right, and Snicknesh, as you get it, they're pretty pictures in this book. They were drawn by a master artist, to be honest to you.
I want to get some of those bearskin blankets that they brought down, and all three of us just cozy up next to this little kitchen cooking stove next to the fire, and I'm going to read the children's book to Snicknesh.
We're teaching the Dwarvish alphabet.
Oh God. Okay.
Teach the Dwarvish.
Give me an
D
intelligence.
is for dwarf.
Actually, give me a
Dwarves are good.
Caspian. Give me a charisma check.
Uh-huh.
He's
Alright.
good at these.
Do I need to roll anything?
No, you're good.
6.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
6.
yeah. Snicknesh, roll an intelligence check.
15.
While Caspian isn't the greatest singer or performer for these books, you managed to pick it up. You learn the basics to Dwarvish. You now can understand Dwarvish.
Do I add the? I'm gonna
I'm
add this.
yeah, I'm adding it as a custom language.
Stupid dwarf. We're gonna make Snicknesh intelligent. That's the mission.
That's so funny.
Harder.
God damn it. Yeah.
I start reading Shakespeare by the end of the session. By the end of the game.
I want to teach him every language in the game. That's the mission. We gotta teach as many languages as
That's
possible.
the
As
wow.
many as possible by the end of the game.
I was gonna say there are many dead languages in this world too. So
We're not teaching him dead
Some
languages.
parties try to achieve godhood. We just want to teach Snicknesh how to speak multiple languages.
you want to put Snicknesh through college. I got you.
Yeah.
They want Snicknesh to be a functioning member of society by the end of the end of the campaign.
Yep.
So
That's the goal.
as you guys enjoy your kind of working through book after book, almost all of them in Dwarvish, a few Draconic ones, doing your best to work with Snicknesh, he becomes pretty fervent in his Dwarvish studies and now can speak and read Dwarvish fully. You now have advantage on that.
Read?
Yeah, Snicknesh can read. That is something he can do.
What the fuck? Cool.
He only reads in Draconic, which for the most part is more like, very rough scratch marks to most other races, but,
But now
now he understands a properly designed, more Latin styled language.
a more universally used one than Draconic.
Yes, because the whole concept that Bardris would know is that Dwarvish, Gnomish, Elvish, and Common all basically share an ancestor of language, and kind of expanded from there. Common just became kind of a general mix of all the languages and different ways of speaking it. But the rest of them kind of come from a soul root that, although undiscovered, is a full theory that has been confirmed. And as you guys continue your journey, yeah, Nignesh is no, he's not gonna be anything of a college reader or like a bookworm anytime soon. But he now reads pretty well. He's slow, but well, and starts to learn about adventures of some random dwarvish warlord who tried to beat up a dragon, which
Sounds like an idiot.
Yeah. Then about a very large Goliath who was really skinny, that decided to teach everyone magic, and then got in a fight with a Loxodon. Oh God, raising my shoulders hurts. I'm in severe pain right now from the muscles. And as you guys kind of spend your time relaxing, enjoying yourself, you finally do make your first port in a small town, mostly tents. Looks like a colony that was just recently set up. As the captain just lets you know that they're stopping for food and a little bit of rest for the crew, and that you'll be taking off within the week. And that he's more than happy to delay the journey if you lot need to, as at this point he is in debt to the you lot. So, his men go off and after getting the ship tidied up and go off to local small bars, and you find yourselves in what looks to be a rather large tent city, but overall very underdeveloped. Mostly of leathers or animal leathers and bones. And everywhere you see around you is what looks to be a crow's head with a storm behind it, or with two lightning bolts behind it on a blue field and a black crown above the crow's head.
I mean,
what was that?
This shit's kind of worldwide, right? Like, we know what that means.
Yeah, it's pretty well known that the orcs have unified at this point under a single king.
Cool.
Just not many travelers head to their lands. So
Yeah.
orcish merchants are well known for being more than happy to bargain with you as long as they win. Otherwise, you'll be paying in more likely teeth and bone. So,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. Sorry. But yeah, as you guys land, the city looks to be well developed. You do see a couple of elves walking around here and there.
Oh
One
damn.
with particularly very blondish hair and bright blue eyes. She looks to be kind of a little bit on the shorter side for an elf, and seems to be rather young. Very feminine features. Um, she's also what you notice is carrying a strange thing of armor that catches all of your eye for being just standing out. She's wearing armor of what looks to be something of almost a pre-built chest piece, as if something of a warforged would wear.
Is she an adult?
Yeah, she looks to be.
Like
I
a
mean,
young adult?
yeah, she looks to be a young adult. Mostly, she's the other elves that are kind of walking around with her seem to be not noble by any means. Most of them just seem to be a kind of a group of friends, enjoying themselves. And at this point, you lot do notice there's a small elvish boat docked a few ports down from you.
Alright. What
I'm gonna write
does
that down.
Caspian know about the elves in this world? Can I make a history check or
Sure.
something? 13.
All right, yeah. With that, you know that elves they're known for being cannibals. They eat other
Oh, yeah.
races to gain magic because they don't produce it naturally. This is due to a curse of some sort that you can't recall. Something in a religious book you read once, but you never really paid attention after that.
Fair.
And that most of the time, I mean, they're peaceful people as far as merchants, and they like to spend their time traveling the world for a good portion. It's not common for most elves to wear heavier armor. Most of them tend to focus more towards lighter stuff. You also know there are multiple types of elves. There are the drow, and then there are the mountain elves. Then there are normal high elves as well as snow elves, as of recent discovery. These look
Mm,
to be just normal high elves, from what you can tell, or at worst case scenario, a half elf.
You
gotcha.
Um,
know, I haven't thought of this. What do I wear that marks me as a champion of Pyrus? Because I know in the Dragonborn days I had that little thing that marked me as I'm allowed to
you had
be
a
here.
sign, but most
Yeah.
people
What do I?
you'd have. I mean, most likely you'd carry something of an emblem around, like a necklace or something that marks it.
Okay.
How would people know that I'm Snick Nash?
You're a giant fucking
Yeah,
lizard that looks bigger than anything that even Goliaths fight.
Can I make him a card that says "Hi, I'm Snicknish" and just have him hand it to people?
Yeah, as you grab one of the books that you guys stopped reading and just kind of tear out a blank page and
I
start
want it to
drawing in
say
ink.
like, "I am Snicknesh, bodyguard, hunter," and just
Make
have
him
that.
business cards? Holy shit.
Yep.
Exactly.
As you get a small piece of metal, you kind of clip it in and hang it around his neck, and now he has on his neck a.
To contact me, scream.
If not
There we
with
go.
dwarf
Well,
dragonborn, please look for owner.
shit. What? There we go. Okay, I'm back. All
Please,
right.
if found, please return to Caspian.
Well, I mean, they can't do Caspian because Caspian keeps changing his looks.
No, if found, return to Bardris, because I'm the one to let know.
That's fair. You're well known. You're a champion of Pyrus, yeah.
So,
If found, if found alone, return to Bardris.
Snick Nash, now you have this. They just give you a kind of strange piece of paper and a chain, put it on you. You think it's Give me an intelligence check. Let's see what your opinion is on this in general.
It's in
Sure.
Dwarvish, understand. He can read it.
14.
So you can read this. You get the fact that this is a endearing kind of thing they're doing to you, trying to be nice to you.
Oh,
We're making sure we don't lose you.
no way. I'll
Yeah,
put it over my neck.
Yeah,
And
I'm
to
just
be
gonna say
fair,
one of us as he puts it on.
Snicknesh has a big issue with abandonment, so
Exactly. We're not. He's not leaving. He's one of us.
All
I
right.
put them both on each of their shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you put them both on, people kind of look at you funny, but kind of leave it alone as they don't really want to be anywhere near the giant lizard.
If they every time they look at me funny, I look at them dead in the eyes, go straight back. Like I literally just crouch down and I look at them in their eyes
Okay.
Get real close.
and get real close to their face
Okay. And
every time.
as this kind of happens, Zar just kind of ignoring the situation, looks and goes, I'll catch you guys in town at an inn. I guarantee you'll find me at some point." And he kind of smiles. Just look for the giant truck or the cart as he kind of has it demounting and starts heading off into the city to do some business.
Sounds good, boss.
And right before you guys get a chance to do anything else, that's where we're ending today's session because the DM has to sleep in an hour and needs to fix his shoulder. So, thank you all for watching our impromptu D&D session. We will see you on the next one.